how the costs are going to behave. About that, we are going to discuss in this cost output relation. So, why this is needed means if you identify what is the cost of production that we are going to spend in producing a number of quantity of output, so you can easily control the costs where the unnecessary costs are increasing or decreasing. So you can control them. So whether how these costs are going to behave when output is increasing, that is going to be studied in this relationship of cost and output. So because you are going to depend on money, that is capital. So this is given more importance here in case of any decision. So you will be giving this expenditure related decisions will be given importance here. So anyhow, output will be uh, affecting the cost. How it should be? It should be increased or decreased. Something went wrong, I think. Anyhow, cost output relationship can be studied under two different ways because we are having taking into consideration the period, time period. We can divide them into short run as well as long run. So as we have seen while discussing about the costs, in short run, some type of costs we are going to come across, and in long run we are going to get some other types. So this which will be affecting the total cost. So that for that this short run as well as long run cost output relationship is studied, which will be helping the managers to control the costs as well as they will be having the knowledge of prediction of profit also. In case of fixing the price also this will be helping them. And to what extent you have to provide the promotion activities. Promotion means advertising the product. So in all these areas this cost output relationship will help the managers to take decisions. So for that we are going to study under short run how these are going to be related, and in long run how the costs are going to be related by using an illustration. Before going for illustration, we have to see what are the costs that you are going to come across in short term. This we have discussed in detail. Of course, I will give you a glance of this. What are the costs that you are going to come across in the total in the short run? So anyhow, to study this behavior of cost, we are going to take into consideration total cost, average cost, and the marginal cost. These are the three costs which will be considered to find out the relationship between the cost and the output. As we have discussed in previously, how the total costs are going to be calculated. Can anyone say? So what is total cost? Total cost will give you the total amount that you have spent in producing a level of output, right? So this you are going to get in short run. That is TC is equal to FC plus VC we have seen. So FC stands for what? Fixed cost. And VC stands for variable cost, right? If you add both these, you will get a total cost in case of short run. And this can be shown in the equation TC is equal to TFC plus TVC. And how you are going to get this average cost? How average cost is calculated? Average cost is equal to total cost divided by quantity. So by using this formula, you are going to calculate this. This will help you what is the cost per unit. So for one single unit, how much you are spending. So that can be identified. If you identify that only, you can fix the price of the product. You will be able to fix the price of the product. So otherwise, your expenditures may be more, and what you are earning from that will maybe less if you are not going to know about all these things. And coming to this marginal cost, how you are going to get the marginal cost? Marginal cost means additional cost we have already discussed. No, additional for producing additional unit of product. How much additional cost you are going to spend? That we can know by using this marginal cost. So if you want to increase one more product in your output, so what is the cost that you are going to spend on this one more increase in the output can be identified by this marginal cost. Formula is MC is equal to TC2 minus TC1, or you can say that it is change in the two TCs. TCs is here total cost, the difference between the two total costs at two different levels of output will give you the marginal cost. So all these things we needed to show by using an illustration, which we are going to show in terms of numerical values. So we are going to assume that values, and we will treat them according to their behavior. Okay. So as we have seen here, in short run, we are going to have come across fixed cost and variable cost to get the total cost. No, so we have to show all those in the schedule. So we will let us take the columns that are required to frame this schedule. One, it is output, which we need to identify and compare with the cost. And because we are going to come across total fixed cost and total variable cost to get the total cost in short run. So all those three columns we are going to take, and we need to have average cost and marginal cost, no, to compare how these costs are behaving. So for that, average cost column and marginal cost column. So all these are the columns that you are going to show in the schedule. So let us take from 0 units of output and increase the output. So I am taking here in single value so that it will be easy to calculate. So you can take as you wish. So I am taking from 0 to 6 units, the output is increasing. Even hundreds or thousands you can show. So I am taking it in simple numerical values. So at 0 output, fixed cost will be incurred. No? So for that, we are showing here 60 rupees of fixed cost we are going to incur even if 0 output is there in the production. So at 1 to 6 units, this is going to be same, no? Because these are the fixed costs. Even production is increasing or decreasing, or even no production also, you are going to increase. You are going to incur these fixed costs. So for that, I have taken at all levels of output same 60 rupees of fixed costs. And whereas coming to the total variable cost, it is there won't be any total variable cost when there is no production, right? So it is shown as nil by indicating with the dash. Okay, and at 1 unit, suppose if it is incurred, total variable costs are 20. So it will be increasing, no, along with the production. Let us increase them. So I'm taking at 2 outputs 36 rupees, and at 348, and at 464, and at 5 units of output 90, and at 6 units of output 132 rupees related with the total variable cost. So this is go on increasing along with the output. That is the reason these are called as total variable costs. And how this total cost will be behaving? So this will be equal to the total variable cost. So this total cost will be increasing equal to the total variable cost. So at 0 units of output also, in short run you are going to come across the total cost, that is 60. So which is equal to the fixed cost. You can see here fixed costs are compulsory, no? So 60 plus variable costs are 0. So 60 will be the total cost at 0 output. So you sum up these values. So 60 plus 20 at its 1 unit, 80 will be the total cost. And at 2 units, 60 plus 36, 96. 60 plus 48, 108. Like that, it will be increasing. 60 plus 64, 124. So like that, this total cost will be go on increasing as the total variable costs are increasing. And coming to the calculation of average cost, so there won't be any average cost at 0 output. And because 60 by 0 means you will get infinity, don't take that infinity here. So take it as no average cost. From 1 units, let us compare how the average costs are increasing or decreasing. So when it is 1 units, formula to calculate this is what? Average cost is equal to total cost by output, total output, right? TC by Q you can take here. TC is 80, 80 by 1, 80 you will get. And you can also use another formula, AFC plus AVC. You can take for calculating this average cost. But that for that you need to calculate the average of fixed cost and average of variable cost. So it will be complicated here, and you need 2 more columns to increase. Instead of that, I am taking the first formula to calculate the average cost. So here 96 divided by 2 will give you the average cost 48. 108 by 3, 36. 124 by 4, 31. 150 by 5, 30. 192 by 6, 32. So you can see that average costs are decreasing up to 5 units of output, and later it is increasing 32, no? So above 30 and 32 means it is increasing. Okay, after 30 it is 32, no? So it is increasing. So as we have discussed all these things in the while discussing about the cost concepts, average cost curve will be in U shape. So U shape you have to get. In that manner you have to take this total cost. So in that manner you plan to give the total variable cost. So this point you have to keep in mind while taking the illustration. And coming to the marginal cost, formula for this marginal cost is change into total cost at 2 different level of outputs. So how we are going to calculate? At 0 it will be 0, and at 1 unit there is no previous total cost, no? So how much? Sorry. We are having 60 rupees of total cost at 0 output, no? So 80 minus 60 will give you how much? 20. 20 will be the marginal cost. So in the same manner, you calculate for the next one. 96 minus 80 is 16. So 108 minus 16, 12. The two differences between two total costs. When you calculate that previous outputs, total cost you leave. So at 4 units, 124 total cost is there. Take the previous one, 124 minus 108. 16 is the marginal cost. And 150 minus 124, 26. 192 minus 150, 42. So like this, marginal cost will be behaving. So before we represent the graphs, so let us compare these two. So average costs are decreasing as well as marginal costs are also decreasing. But to what extent it is decreasing? Marginal costs are decreasing only up to the third unit of output. Later it started increasing. Okay, even average costs are decreasing. Average costs are decreasing, no? From third unit also it is decreasing up to fifth unit, 36, 31, 30, right? It is decreasing, but whereas the marginal cost started increasing from the fourth unit. So both are increasing at the sixth units of output. 6 units of output. But when you compare these values, marginal costs are 42 and average costs are 32. So that indicates that when costs are increasing, marginal costs are more than the average cost. When costs are decreasing, when you compare the values, so average costs are more than the marginal cost. See here, 80 is more than 20, 48 is more than 16, 36 is more than 12, right? So while decreasing, AC is more than MC. So this is what we need to show in the graphs. So while showing the graphs, don't show all the 5 graphs in one single graph. You take separately for total costs, total fixed costs and total variable costs, one graph, and you draw the second one, average cost and marginal cost in one graph. So how this is behaving, that we are going to show now. So x-axis, y-axis, as usually we are going to take. On x-axis production you will show, and on y-axis costs are shown. Take the values also from 1 to 6 products we are increasing now, that I have shown in this graph. And the values, I have taken margin of 30 rupees of margin. Okay, so up to 180 I have taken. What is the maximum? Based on that you can take 192, like that is there, no? So here you can also increase here 210, up to 210 you can take. So plot out the values, you will get the graph of variable cost like this. So variable costs are 0, and you can see, compare this schedule, how they are. This cost. So this schedule you can see. Where did I leave this? This schedule you can see here. From 0, it is started increasing up to 132. So that same thing you are going to show here. So you can check all the values here. Accordingly, I am giving this graph. So this is what it is, the graph. From 0 it is starting, and from up to 132 it is increasing. So up to 132 means I have taken up to here, between 150 and 120. So you can take in the same manner. It is not compulsory that you have to exactly plot out, but you show it according to the values, how they are going to behave. And the total fixed costs are at 60. No, at 60 you draw the graph here, straight line, because they are same at all the output levels. Even one output or 6 outputs you are producing, the same 60 rupees is there, no? So if you plot out, the graph will be like this in a straight line parallel to x-axis. So name this as total fixed cost. And total variable cost, total cost will be started from 60, no? So 60 at 0, 60 of total cost is incurred. So from this point, we are drawing the total cost curve. So which will be equal to the variable cost. It will be parallel to the total variable cost, because uh, as total variable costs are increasing, in the same manner, total cost also increases. So this is what we can say that it is an graphs that you are going to come across in the short run related with the total variable cost and total fixed costs, as well as the total cost curves. The same thing you are going to write here in the below the graph. So you have to write that TVC and TC, both curves are parallel, flowing from left to right upwards. So that you have to write below the graph. As how much you can explain this graph, that much you can show here below the graph according to your talent. What are the points that it is in your mind that you show in explaining the graph? And let us see how the variable cost and average cost and the marginal costs are shown here. So both will be U-shaped, you know. So average costs are U-shaped, and average marginal cost is also U-shaped, but this will be intersecting the average cost when it is increasing. So to some extent, even though it is increasing, marginal costs are increasing, average costs are still decreasing. No? So that is the reason this graph marginal cost curve will be somewhat to left towards the left to average cost curve. So this will indicate you what is the optimum cost and what is the optimum production. So where both the marginal cost curve and the average cost curves are intersecting at this point, so where we can say that a little bit slightly it has been moved here, but you take up to here where both are intersecting, draw this line here, which indicates that it is a quantity of output that is required by the company. So if the production is going to increase more than this quantity of output, so automatically the cost will be increasing. See, because both marginal cost and the average costs are increasing now. So we can say that average cost and marginal cost increases, which will increase your cost of production. So that is the reason you needed to identify this optimum cost and output relationship here. So optimum cost, that it is going to be OC, and optimum output is OQ. So up to here only the company needs to increase the production. They increase more, so automatically they will be in trouble that cost of production will be more, which will reduce their profit. So that is what it is, an relationship between this both the cost and also the